Elevated homes in Charleston are in high demand, and this Johns Island property is no different. Stick around to find out what makes this house so desirable. Hey everybody, welcome back. Another house tour here today. This time we are on Johns Island and I am touring a beautiful 2,533 square foot elevated property. About 15-20 minutes or so, depending on traffic, from downtown Charleston. You're about 20 minutes to Kiowa, the beaches down there, and a little bit farther, maybe about 30 minutes or so, 25 to Folly, but let's go through this whole property. First off, beautiful layout. This is one of the better layouts I think that Grantham Homes has for this price point specifically, being $838,000, but a really nice layout and a great property. And there are so many features in this house that we'll take a look at. There are a lot of smart features in this property, and I don't mean smart by like Wi-Fi. I mean like, hey, this was intelligent, and we will go through all of this. So as you can see, the kitchen is absolutely beautiful. They've got gorgeous countertops, quartz countertops, that wide, oversized island. But let's go back to the front of the house really quickly and make our way through to the backside again. And I'll introduce you to what's going on the front side here. So we have an office, double doors that lead into this office. Now, here's a smart feature. Open up this closet. It's deep. There are built-ins, and there's power there. So if you need to plug in a printer, you want to hide a printer or a copier or a charger for devices, phones, anything like that, you have it in the closet. You don't need to have it sitting out on the, in the room. You've got a place to hide it. Unlike me, my stuff is all right here in my office, my sunroom here. Nice dining room here. I love the trim work here. Leading back towards the kitchen, you have the little butler's pantry. And butler's pantry is not the biggest I've seen. There is a space there for a wine cooler. Now, it's interesting to note that right here, you don't see a pantry. I'll show you where they have the pantry, but that is also another space that, well, we'll get to it when we get there. You might want to change it, you might not. Frigidaire appliances here. We have the oven and the microwave. And check out this view. I love this view right here. Oversized island, surrounded by large oak trees. It's private. You've got a beautiful in-kitchen dining area. You've got the nice living room, big TV, guests over, right? That's what I see. And that light fixture too, it's really tall. Now, I could walk under that. I'm 6 foot tall, and I was able to walk right under it. Some homes have them like really too low. That was a really good size, and it's smart for what they're trying to do with this layout. I really liked it. Nice tile here, horizontal subway tile, and they've got obviously the custom wood hood vent for the 5-burner gas stove here. And this builder does this well too. I think I've put a couple of their homes online here now. You're seeing a lot of wood vents for the stove. You're seeing custom built-ins in the closets. They're doing a lot of the small things that people, I think, sometimes take for granted, and other builders do as well. I had some conversations recently with builders, and they were like, "Well, for the price point of $800,000, we're not doing this. We're getting wire mesh shelving." Well, these guys aren't. Beautiful little mantle here, and then you have your gas fireplace. There's propane on site, so it's not like you have natural gas service from the street or city or anything like that. There is a propane tank. So stepping out onto the screened-in porch here, I noticed this when I walked out back, and I didn't necessarily see this the first time. But when I was going through and kind of walking through the house again, first off, great little side yard here. Private on this side of the house, very nice. I'll show you what the other side of the house looks like, and you might not like it. I'll be honest, you might not. But you will like this. They've run a propane line up through the bottom of the deck, so if you have a grill, you can just hook it up, and you don't even have to do anything, right? You've got propane running right from outside. That's a smart feature that this builder does. They put your power over here in the corner, and they give you a water hookup, because this is going to get dirty, right? Pollen is going to come in here. You're going to have no way to clean that. Well, you do. You've got water right there, a great hookup to clean off that deck. Now, see that house through that window? We're going to get a closer look at that house in a little bit when we go upstairs. there's something about Charleston, and when you move here, that I think people don't really get to see until they're here in person. And it was a big change for me when I moved down here too, because I'm not too familiar with it. So let's move back out front here, and I want to show you this room. Now, this could be used as a pantry. However, it could also be used as an elevator. This is an elevator shaft that's cut out and would service the basement level and this second story, the first floor level. I'll show you what it looks like in the basement, and also go over some prices with you too when we get down to that basement. So this is the door that's going to lead you downstairs. So we'll take a walk down here really quick. Okay, this is the ground floor, right? First floor of the property here. You've got your garage doors, plenty of storage. You know, houses in Charleston here are so desirable. Elevated houses are desirable because they offer a lot of storage, right? We don't have basements here. If you've been watching my channel for a little bit, you realize we do not have basements in Charleston. It's too sandy. So having an elevated house is important. Now, I'm showing you my car. This is a Honda Accord Sport, right? It's a fairly small four-door sporty vehicle. And it was tight getting out. Now, I could, but it was still a little tight. There's plenty of room on the back side there. But I did notice on the left side when I was opening up my driver door, it was a little tight if I didn't get over, in front of that post. This is the bottom of the elevator shaft, or where the elevator would be positioned on the ground floor. So if you wanted to install an elevator, they usually run anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 to have it come in. You would have the equipment, the electrical, the motor, everything out back. Hydraulics will be placed on the back side here, and you've got the power for that as well. Those little shutters are little screens that protect for the storm. So if there's any wind or hail or sticks or anything like that come flying around, you can easily put those up in your on your windows, or you could hire someone to do that too. Then you have this little extra bonus storage space down here if you had to hide something that you didn't really want to keep out in the garage. So let's walk back upstairs and enter the kitchen area. And I mean, what a great view, right? Coming back upstairs, right out of the garage, you come right into the kitchen living area. And I just couldn't get enough of that view. I kept having to go back to it. I'm like looking outside, I'm looking at the kitchen. I mean, it really was a great design and layout in this property. So going upstairs, there is a beautiful loft up here, 3 additional bedrooms, and then we'll take a look at that property. I wanted to show you that house. Remember I pointed that house earlier and said, hang around. I want to show you this. You'll see. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, or you can always text me too if you have questions or you want to share your thoughts. Just give me a text. I'm happy to discuss my experience when I moved down to Charleston. So you have a beautiful loft space here. Again, I see those beautiful oak trees outside, and this is Johns Island too. Johns Island, James Island, a lot of these areas have beautiful oak trees, and they do spread out pretty far in the whole Lowcountry area. And you see them down in Savannah, Georgia too, right? You picture those beautiful trees that line the roadways, definitely on Johns Island. So off of the loft here, you've got that laundry room. And then you've got 2 bedrooms down here. Each bedroom has access to the front balcony, and each bedroom has wood shelf and built-in. So let's go through a little bit of information here. Obviously 2,533 square feet. The lot is 0.3 acres, built in 2024. And the style is considered Charleston single. So we have 10-foot ceilings downstairs, and we've got the loft, the 2 bedrooms, and then we'll see the primary after, obviously upstairs here, with wood floors throughout the first floor. We've got ceramic in all of the wet areas, and then we have carpet in these 3 bedrooms. There's a designer lighting and trim package, and obviously you're on a sort of a raised slab, elevated construction house. Now you would potentially have flood insurance here. I can get you a number if you'd like, but you would have some flood insurance. It probably wouldn't be more than about $2,000 a month, maybe, or $2,000 a year, I should say, $1,500 a year, something like that. So you've got a few homes here that are very close by, as you can see. This house right down there that you see, that yellow house, is sold, and their property line is about 5 feet in front of the walkway where we walked up in front of the house earlier. So you don't have very much of a front yard. You do have a side yard there. I think you can kind of see the property line a little bit there on the left. You do have a little bit of a side yard, not much of a front yard. Okay, now here's Charleston. Welcome to Johns Island. When you're moving here, guys, you're going to see things like this. This house is not an HOA, and that means that you can kind of have whatever condition your house is, and that's pretty much it. You want to have, a tarp on your roof. Well, you're not an HOA, so congratulations, you're allowed to. That's what happens in these areas. Now, not every house is like that. There's a nice little ranch house over there that's, in nice condition. But a lot of people move to Charleston and go, well, you know what? Hey, I want to put my boat out back. I want to put my RV over here. And that's fantastic. Just keep in mind that you might run into people who don't take care of their property. If you want to ensure that you're in a nice area, or at least with properties around you that are in good condition, move to an HOA. If you don't care about it, you want to just do your own thing, this house could be perfect for you. So here's the guest bathroom with the beautiful tile down here too. And I like the window they cut out, bringing that natural light over the shower. And you've got obviously the double vanity. Storage here above in the attic, in the loft area. And then we walk into the primary bedroom. Primary bedroom is carpeted like the other two bedrooms, but it's pretty private. Now you will have that house on that one side. You might want to put up, blinds or something like that. It is your bedroom. But backyard to the back side of it, very private. Now, this primary, again, like another house, and I'll show you another house built by these guys. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see it. Not the biggest primary closet, but it does have built-ins. It is a nice size bedroom. So, if you had to put something else in there, you definitely could. You have that little bump out space over there for, an additional bureau or something like that, storage if you needed it. Big primary bathroom. I like the fact I've got the tub in the middle of both these vanities here, just giving you space. And then again, taking in that exterior, right? Putting up windows to bring in the light, to showcase, the trees and everything else around you. Just did a really nice job with that. And it really does. It really just helps bring in the outside. I feel like I don't need any blind there or anything like that, even potentially on the other window. You just feel like you've got enough privacy there. Now, maybe in the winter, but in the summer, you definitely don't need it. Nice shower, pretty standard shower. It wasn't anything crazy that I saw. They do have a little bit of a rain head, shower head up above, but they do have a stool there. And then there is a closet on the other side that has a good amount of storage in this bathroom. If you guys have any questions about moving to Charleston, relocating to Charleston, or even about different areas in Charleston, give me a text. I'd love to be a resource for you and answer any questions you may have about what does it look like if and when you decide to move to Charleston. My name is John Condlin. Appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. Take care.